call hello Yahweh Bashim Awashai, Bashim Rakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone of Ruel. I am not a member of Great Millstone, but I have entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. Coming at you with another one, courtesy of the Time app. All right, I kind of fast forwarded a little bit because you see in the caption there, this is 4 minutes and 30 seconds, damn near. I did not see that. But I'm going to skip towards some of the important parts, but this goes into some, how should I put this? Some buzzwords that they're going to say that if I repeat, may not pass the checks for the video. So stay with me and read that caption as you see why is the word programmable in there, okay? So I'm going to start it from the beginning.
So the UK is currently the head of the G7 group. That's the world's most economically advanced countries.
Okay, off the bat, I wanted to let it roll, right? But hold on, let me get this. Off the bat, look up who the G7 is, and it's funny how G7 is tied to economy because you control people through food and you control people through money. People use money to buy food. So that G7, it was G8 at one point in time, but if you look at the book of Revelation where you talks about the 7 heads and the 10 horns, and it's also in Daniel 7, you're looking at NATO and EU, okay? So that is the beast system. And then you have the whore that rides on the back of the beast, which is the face of it all. And that is America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, a.k.a. Egypt, a.k.a. Sodom, a.k.a. Nineveh. But most importantly, for the sake of prophecy and keeping things simple, it is Babylon the Great. You can also throw Basra in there, because people makes a capital. So the capital of Edom was Basra. So wherever these Edomites are is where, yeah, you get it. So let's get those original 7 heads real quick. And he said the UK is currently the chair of the G7 group, right? So we'll lead with them. It's the UK, it's Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, and Luxembourg. And that was put together in 1951, okay? And those 10 horns are going to go into the vassal states of old Rome, right? That deadly beast who had a wound, and then the wound was healed. Now you're looking at the healed wound of this deadly beast, Rome 2.0. So the 10 horns, if you pull up a map, and I want you to do it, you pull up a map and of these land masses, and it lines up perfectly with the countries that are present today. So here we go with the 10 horns. I'll say it slowly so you can write them down. Vandals, Ostrogoths, Visigoths, Alemanni, the Franks, Burgundians, that is Burgundian, Burgundian, the Lombards, the Anglo-Saxons, the Suevi, or the Hureli, however you want to say it, but Suevi is S-U as in uniform, E for Echo, V, I in India, Suevi. Okay, so there you go. All of this thing, how the Bible beautifully puts these things together, and all you need is a teacher to teach you via GMS from Elder Apostle Tar on down. They're elders. I don't know if some of those men are still alive or still in the truth, but that is where I learned from, and that is where the Spirit was given unto me. From the first time I saw those videos, it was a rap. So that's where I'm staying. All right, and this through the Spirit of power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that he uses those men to reach everyone else. So and those who preach the like doctrine as well. So let's let this thing roll for a little bit. I'm going to skip some parts. I don't want it to be too long. And you can pull this up on your own. You see the it's a Gary Stewart 50. Changes coming is the name of the video. If you want to watch the whole thing through and through.
And the UK currently chairs the G7 group. Our Chancellor, who does our economy, called Chancellor of the Exchequer, his name's Rishi Sunak. He put out this video saying that what they want to do is bring in this thing called the central banking digital currency. They want to replace fiat paper money with digital money as a competitor to Bitcoin and crypto money, right?
Right. So they knew what they were doing when they, all these little shit coins were coming out and these cryptos and these Shibas and all this other stuff. They see it's a gradual increase, or more properly said, is a gradual decrease, because you will have a decrease in having a good and quote unquote free life. Your quality of life is about to drastically decrease.
But instead of being decentralized currency, it will be controlled by a government. It's digital currency, but controlled centrally through the banks, Bank of England. So instead of having a bank account with whatever, HSBC or Bank of America, you'll have a bank account directly with, in the American context, with the Fed. In the UK, directly with the Bank of England. You have a personal bank account, and you're given digital money in that bank account. These are called central banking digital currencies. The Chancellor of the Exchequer in the UK has already announced their intention to do this as the G7 group. And these...
Now, see how financial and economics is tied to the beast system. You said the G7, and they're controlling the money. So what goes next, right? Oh, damn it. There we go. So what's gonna come next? And that is why anybody telling you that the implantable thing that's coming doesn't have to do with money, that you're wrong. It is clear as day. Are they walking around talking about white jeebus? Are they talking about everybody is gonna get issued a white woman and you better take her? That, like, all of these things are not the mark. Like, it's very simple. You deal today's popular things are technology and economics. And that is how you control a people. And if you control their money, you control what they buy. You control what they buy. You can control how they think, feel, act, see, whatever it is. It is all about control. Why? Because, well, we'll get that. Hold on. But obligatory scripture. I gotta get it. I'm not gonna say it. You look at my screen. You see where I'm at. Okay, see where I'm at. Read that. Weave it. Burn it. Sear it into your mind, because it's an economic thing. And pretty soon you'll have little vouchers, and then after these vouchers, they're gonna be like, you know what? We're having a problem. And this is me speaking as a man. Not the part about the vouchers, because those are real. But this, right from this point on, this is me speaking as a man. We've noticed people are forging vouchers or stealing other people's vouchers, so we have a solution. Right? And here is your solution in the green highlighted portion, starting at the top, verse 16. Okay? So let me get... And you will wonder, like, why can't you just sit your ass down? You got dominion over the earth, right? And that word dominion, by the way, so when you were given, by the sword you shall live, right? And when you were given dominion of the earth, I wonder what that means. And I don't wonder. I know what it means, but I want you, the reader or the listener, to go to Genesis chapter 27, verse 40, as Isaac is giving Esau his blessing. And I want you to go in your blue letter Bible and look up the word. I don't need that. Okay, so we'll read it. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion. And I want you to look up that word dominion. It will be in the Blue Letter Bible app, so you can pull it up on your phone. If you got a computer, even better. I actually like doing it on the computer more. But that dominion is H7300. And I want you to tell me, go read what that is, because it's the same thing that was that same issue that Cain had, right? Because the earth would not yield his increase. However, we'll get that too, but I'll throw you a bone. The top is H7300, and it means to wander restlessly, roam. Okay, to be restless and show restlessness, and that is why they think they can control everything, and that that blessing, that pseudo blessing, will will stop that restlessness, but it won't. And you link that with because we know Cain came back as Esau, right? So we'll go to Genesis 4:12. If you need understanding on that, that's not what this video is about. Just type in GMS, Cain and Esau, or something of that measure. Put the smartphone to use. It's a smartphone for a reason. Use it while you can. Because I bet if you do it while they introduce these little CBDCs and you do a search that they don't like, boy, your ass ain't gonna be able to buy no food. And it's funny now. We laugh now, but shit's about to get real pretty soon. All right, Genesis 4:12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, and a fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. So here he is. And you can tell that's an Edomite spirit, because you commit a crime, you do something you don't have no business doing. You were heinous and merciless in your act, and then you want mercy after the fact. If that ain't an Edomite spirit, then I don't know what is. Okay. Let's go back to it.
If you look up,
This sounds terrifying.
if you look up the Telegraph newspaper,
central bank digital currency, is that the one down below?
digital currency should be programmable. See that one there? Yeah. Now what they're doing is they're saying, everyone knows that with inflation at over 5%, it's now 5.4%, right? Our fiat money, the paper money, is increasingly becoming worthless, and we're headed towards a big disaster. The Fed wants to raise interest rates. But we're in so much debt that if you raise interest rates, people are going to suffer, because we're living on debt as Western economies. So they realize that this the lifespan of paper money is fast coming to an end because of the 2008 economic crash in particular.
Right. All you need is a catalyst, a FALSE That's all you need to just kick this thing off.
So they're bringing in these central banking digital currencies. Why is that word programmable in there? So what they said in that article, and the Chancellor put a video out saying this as well, they've said that this money that you will earn from work, instead of having paper money, you have this digital money. It's programmable so that you can't buy certain foods, or if you do something that your employer doesn't like, it's all in that article. You won't be able to spend your money. In other words, it's not money. They're vouchers. They're like food vouchers. And they can be programmed so that, like the Chinese social credit system, that if you try and use them on a certain thing, it won't work. You say you want to buy a burger and they want you to buy bugs, which is one of the examples used. If you start to try and buy unhealthy meat, it just won't work. You tap your card, you can't buy the thing because you've met your quota that month of burgers. You have to buy something like a vegan meal.
So it won't just be...
All right, so you going to work you going to be a slave. So you going to go to work, and then they're still going to control what you buy with the money that you get paid every 2 weeks, which, let's just get that just cause. We'll get that just because they use the Bible and they take his laws and his covenants into thy mouth. And that's what they do. But they used it in order to gain an advantage. And now that they've gained that advantage, they've thrown it off. But since you've taken the covenant of the Lord in your mouth, you're going to pay dearly. And touching the apple of his eye, you're going to suffer. Leviticus 19:13, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. Okay, you're supposed to pay that man. And of course, this is between us. This is between other Israelites. But since they took that covenant, they took the Bible into their mouths, and they said that they live by it, you don't. You hold your life and your actions up to this word, and the only thing you measure up with is stealing, killing, destroying.
Money in the sense of the way we have dollars or pounds today.
Yeah.
It'll be something that's controlled in terms of your ability to distribute it.
Which is why I'm calling it a voucher. It's a coupon.
But even a coupon, if you have a coupon to buy bread, you can still buy the bread.
Yeah.
Like, There's
But
no,
you can't buy, see, that coupon to buy bread, what you can't do is buy a burger with that coupon. It's for bread.
right,
Yeah?
right. Do you feel like you're sounding the alarm
Yes.
for people that don't understand what is going on?
All right, let's go. Let's get another one. Farther. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Right? Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such as one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. All right? But the point is in verse 8. So all of these things are lining up perfectly as the Lord said, as John the Revelator, the vision was given to him, and he put that vision down, and he saw everything perfectly and wrote it down perfectly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, yet again, we are able to read and see and measure the times.
So here, I'll pull it up for you here, yeah? So there's the video.
The group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote. That could be used alongside
Right, so that's the guy who runs our economy in the UK. His name's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And here is the article. Bank of England tells ministers to intervene on digital currency programming, yeah? And here's a quote from the article. Digital cash could be programmed to ensure it is only spent on essentials or goods which an employer or government deems to be sensible.
Holy shit.
I'm going to take it one step further for you, Joe, right? So the Checkpoint Charlie exists everywhere. They bring in digital banking, central banking digital currencies. You've got a scenario now that you're checking in and out everywhere you go using...
Notice the scanning of the phone. You're going to scan something else pretty soon. Right, and that reminds me. See how all these different avenues of approach for prophecy to come to pass? And that is a very good, and it's even better when you can physically see an example. So this is 2 Esdras 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So let's read down and see what else we can glean from this. Glean some grapes from this vine. Because their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so you can see these things brewing up in that video, because say your voucher won't allow you've overspent or did whatever you did, and your voucher no longer works on certain things. So what are you gonna do? If you can't travel to a city, you gonna probably beat somebody up or do something to them and take theirs so you can go get some bread, or go to another city and get some work so you can pay for bread. There's so many different ways to go about this thing that hey, it's plain as day. But his end, his end is a terrible one. So, they're going to enjoy setting this thing up, but it will not be fulfilled in its sufficiency.
Vouchers that are programmed and you can only spend where you're told you can spend them. There's another word for that, man. That's called the Chinese social credit system. So what they are telling us, and when I say they, who's they? People in power. That's the head of our economy, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, second most powerful person other than the Prime Minister and maybe the Foreign Secretary in the UK, right? He's telling us, I just played it there for you, he's telling us that's what he, as the UK... So the UK is currently the head of the G7 group. That's the world's most economically advanced...
So it restarted. But we'll end it... Goddamn, loud ass dog. All right, but we'll end it with... I believe it's in Job Job, where are you? Damn. $20. All right. So we'll end it here in Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. And listen, every hand of the wicked shall come upon them. All right. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain up it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon. And I'm reading this with a smile. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, and it cometh out of the body. Yea, the glistering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places, and a fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. There you go. So they want to set all these things up, and they'll get there. But as soon as they press the button to put it all in, and this is me speaking as a man, they press the button for the software patch to be pushed out and all this other stuff, and boom, you think we did it. Sudden destruction. A fire that is not blown will consume you. So that's beautiful. Well, a beautiful, fitting end for a lowlife, a vagabond, a restless wanderer who just couldn't sit his ass down. Shalom.